What is up, everybody? I'm just going to go live here right before the start of halftime and watch the little bit of this while we, figure out what we want to talk about. I don't know. Someone pick a topic. And I have 23 seconds left. Seattle's still driving on about the 35-ish. Now they're out to about the 50. So, yeah. Trying to pull up stats and everything else so that we can look at this stuff because, like I said, I don't know what we're going to talk about for this halftime show. Just keep waiting for a few more people to start showing up. Looks like now we are taking a timeout.
Some interesting scores around the league. What's the plan moving forward? Look, the plan's real simple. I'm just trying to stay focused on my first drive and halftime report. So what's your message to the team? Well, TV's got to be mistake-free in their highlights. Straightening got a big deep analysis. And Howie, I don't want to make him angry.
Indeed, Mimi. Go Niners. We're just going to wait until halftime to start this. We've only got like 15, 20 seconds left. We'll see if Seattle can see if Seattle can get down within field goal range to end this game or to end this half. Got about 15 seconds left. Oh man, so this is going to be an interesting week, actually possibly season going forward for what's going to be going on for this team. It's obviously not going to be the nightmare scenario that some people might want to say it is. It's not. It's not the end of the world. All right. 11 seconds left. Looks like they're on about the 45. They probably need, honestly, another 15 yards. Probably get down to about the 35. Yeah, 10, 15 yards if we get to a decent field goal range. Nope, there's a false start. I'll take it. 15, 20 yards now. This sucks. I don't have a second screen right now because my computer took a crap. So I'm used to having like 2 or 3 screens. Now I can only use one right now. You gonna throw a flag for the push in the back or no? And that's the half right there. They did not. Geno scrambled back about 20 yards and got a decent pass off. Very reminiscent of the the Justin Fields play. Excuse me. All right, so we'll wait a few minutes here, pull up some stuff. I know people are going to be coming in shortly because the game is just now at halftime. So see how things go. Yeah, let's turn this down so I don't get caught broadcasting NFL content. That'll get you in trouble no matter who you are. Let's pull this up. Let's do this one on my phone. Yeah, maybe it'd be easier to pull off my phone instead of going back and forth between tabs on my computer. I don't know how anybody only uses one computer screen at a time because it is driving me crazy. Let's see, there we go. We'll pull this up here shortly. Well, so let's get started. Honestly, let's be honest. The highlight of what's going to be going on is going to be obviously Trey got hurt. It looked. I don't know if anybody has seen the picture. I didn't want to post it all over social just because for Trey, I didn't want to put that out there because it is ugly. Um, long story short, he had an ankle bended this way that should have been bending this way. So you can look it up. The picture's all over the place. You are more than welcome to go look at it. I'm not going to put it up there just because it's probably not something everybody wants to see. So obviously Trey is down. The extent of the injury, obviously, still being determined. If I was to guess, he's probably either, depending on how bad it is, maybe on his way to the hospital, or if he's probably just down in the locker room right now in their medical facilities getting dealt with right there. Again, it looked ugly from the picture that I've seen of it. So there's probably a good reason why we kept the best backup quarterback in the league as our backup. How comfortable would everybody be versus right now if we had Nate Sudfeld or, say, Brock Purdy as our backup rather than having Jimmy G? And I know, excuse me, I think most people know my opinion when it comes to Jimmy. I didn't necessarily dislike Jimmy, but Jimmy has limitations because of his injuries that he's had. I honestly believe he's kind of regressed as a quarterback a little bit to an extent, just simply because he doesn't have the same mobility, and all that kind of stuff that he. So, but we're back to Jimmy G, 49er football. We know that it's going to be. We're going to be doing a lot more short passes. I'd say we're going to be running the ball more, but we were already running the ball more. And for the love of God, why was Kyle Shanahan running Trey Lance so many times? That's what happens when you use your quarterback as a fullback. I don't get it. I mean, I understand you want him to run at times, but he had 3 or 4 plays already in the first quarter already designed to be run. Why? Why are we running him so much so soon? Like if plays break down and you want to put eight plays over the course of the game, cool, not a problem. But why are you running him so much in the first quarter of a game? And he wasn't actually even looking that bad or anything like that. But anyways, so obviously Jimmy's in now. I foresee Jimmy being in there for an extended amount of time. I think that's pretty much obvious. So this is going to go back to a Jimmy G offense, which is what it's going to look like for the last couple of years. Short passes, lots of yak yards. They're going to back off because obviously they know Jimmy's not going to run anywhere. So we're going back to the same offense that we've been running, which at times has been a very successful offense. But we also know that Jimmy G does have his limitations, and defenses will obviously, they're gonna back off more because they know the threat of him running is almost non-existent. At the most, he's gonna run 3-4 yards, kind of a thing. So we got that. Defense played lights out. Obviously, so far they have put up a goose egg up there. Right now, Seattle Geno Smith isn't playing terrible. He has 14 of 18, 111 yards. He's the one INT. Tala Hufanga, my man, you are amazing right now. You are all over the field. Total yards for, rushing yards. They have 13, 12, because one of them is negative. Here's what I'm reading right now. They have 12 yards rushing and 111 yards. So we have 130 yards total offense right now for the Seahawks. Again, the defense is playing lights off. They are pushing that offensive line, which is anchored on both sides by rookie tackles. They're pushing him all over the place. They haven't necessarily got to Geno a whole lot. He is a decently mobile quarterback. And even there's been some deep drops, but he has so far avoided the pass rush from getting sacked for the most part. But as they get more desperate, into the game, the guys are going to pin their ears back more and more, and they're just going to keep going after him. I have a feeling if it goes the way it's going right now, eventually we're going to get one. then 2. And it's just, if they keep having to come back from this far down and keep dropping back to pass, it's just going to snowball to where the sack's going to come, in groups, hopefully. What are they saying about Trey Lance right now? I have not seen anything so far other than that he's obviously out for the game. I don't know if you were here earlier or not. I have seen the picture. Someone has paused it. It's all over social media if you want to look it up. As far as what the ankle looks like, it does not look good. Again, his ankle is this way and it bends that way. So it was kind of ugly. So more than likely, we're going to have Jimmy G as our starting quarterback for an extended amount of time, unless for some reason it's just a badly twisted ankle. But again, from what I saw, this is not just a twisted ankle; it's broken. They would not have put the air cast on if it was just a cast. So that's what we're going for right now when it comes to for Trey Lance. Let me pull these stats back up real quick. Let's see. Let's go to our stats. So, let's see. Trey was 2 of 3 for 30 yards. Again, he's only in there for a little bit of time. He did not look bad at all. Take that obviously with a grain of salt because we didn't get to see much out of him with that injury. Jimmy is 8 of 11 for 106 yards and 1 touchdowns. The team right now, they know Jimmy for the most part. Everybody's played with Jimmy before. They're just, I don't want to say devolving. All right, come on, Alex. Tell me how Lance sucks after 2 games. He gets injured. You have Kyle running him like he's a fullback when he's a quarterback. Pull something up that shows me he actually sucks, then we'll talk. But as for right now, just throwing it out there, you got nothing to back it up that he sucks. That's just plain and simple. You got nothing on that. You're just going off emotion. Don't go off emotion. Show me some facts. That's all I'm asking. So bring it up, Alex. Show me some facts. Give me something hard. Don't say one bad game in a monsoon says that he's a bust or anything like that. Bring me something substantial, and we'll talk. So, back to our stats for what we got going here. Receiving yards right now, we got Debo leading. He's got 3 for 54. Jeff Wilson, this is rushing. Debo's got 3 for 54. Jeff has got 7 for 37. Trey had 3 carries for 13 yards. So, again, Trey's still going to be showing up there for a while for things. I can't type that fast. Hey, man, post it on one of the forums that we got. Niner Faithful Radio on Twitter. We got our Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Take your pick, man. Give me something to go with other than just go with your feelings. Feelings don't mean shit. Back it up with the facts if you're going to say some shit like that. That's all I got to say. All right. So, obviously, Ross had the 1 fumble. Let's see. Receiving so far, Ayuk's leading with 3. I love that 1 catch that he got. Ross obviously has got the 1 for 38. Debo's got 3 for 22. He's going right back to the Y back. So his probably reception yardage and everything is going to come down, but the yardage as far as carries is obviously going to go up. Alonzo, I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to say that he's really not a fan, but again, he's just people are spouting shit ever since last week with the game in a fucking monsoon. People have been talking shit about Trey and just in general. It's like they played in the monsoon. I have actually played in a game like that. You're lucky to even see 10 yards down the field half the time. And yes, the Bears did play in the same field and everything like that. It comes down to a play or two. Look at the play the Dante Pettis. How many times is Dante Pettis going to catch that ball? I can't remember if it was Dre Greenlaw or Al Shahir that made a decision to jump up towards Justin Fields rather than cover Dante Pettis. That's the right play. Yes, and then this one right here. That is my biggest issue with the whole Jimmy Trey debate is that no matter which side you're cheering for, 98% of this fan base cannot have a civil conversation. All they want to do is bitch and moan, call you fake, tell you don't know what you're not. But when you bring facts into it, they can't actually back it just because. Just like my man up here, Alex, I can't type that fast. Okay, again, you have our places where you can write it out. Write it out. We'll talk it out, brother. I'll be waiting for your response on there. Let's see. We got team stats. Let me pull this back up. They are not even up right now. Well, that's weird. Huh. So I can't find what the actual team stats are for right now. Yes, Mimi, he was doing just fine. He was the game plan was what we thought it was going to be, except for running Trey so much. I pretty much thought the game was in our going the same way that it is now at the end of this first half. We run the ball fine, moving the pocket around, stuff like that. So again, what to expect as far as the second half? You guys have all seen it before. It's going to be 49ers football since the last 5 years. Lots of yak yardage, probably a lot of Debo. We're probably going to be going to that very heavy Debo offense that we did last year because, we got no Elijah Mitchell also as well. Don't forget, even with Trey out, we still don't have our top back in Elijah Mitchell. Jeff Wilson's actually playing pretty good right now. It's going better now. What's going better? Give me something to go with that, man. You're just throwing out, non-specific. What's going better? But anyways, probably a lot of heavy with the. Not to mention with the offense, we don't have Kittle. Jimmy G's basically his security blanket. A good tight end is every quarterback's best friend and security blanket. We don't have Kittle right now, so defense is just going to pin its ears back. It's probably going to go off. Seattle obviously is going to be starting with the ball to get to start the second half. So I'm going to give Alex here a chance to write in something that has some substance real quick before we end this broadcast, because the game will be suiting up here shortly, and I'm sure we all want to go watch the game. Nope. Yeah, see, Alonzo, I get it. Just don't start that with everybody else. That's all I'm going to say about that is we already got enough of that bullshit going on in this fan base. Let them burn themselves out. Let them rant and rave. Like I said, ask them to bring facts. That's all I want. So, since we're not getting anything, we're going to go ahead and end this. The Niners are leading 20-0. The big story coming out of the half. No need to apologize, man. I'm just trying to keep this with everybody. I've said this on many forums across, like the infighting in this fan base is absolutely ridiculous the last few years, and the shit needs to end. No penalties yet? Good. I had noticed that part, but yeah, good call, Mimi. Mimi's pointing out that we had no penalties so far. You can't say that after four starts. There's nothing to back that up. You could say the same thing about Peyton Manning, all these top overall, number one high draft picks and people gave up capital. You can't say that after 4 picks. Again, you've got nothing, man. So anyways, Niners are winning 20-0. We're going to go ahead and end this halftime. Jamie will be on later tonight. She's working right now, so she comes on. She'll be doing the post-game show at 9 p.m. this evening. Not going to be there tonight. Way too late for me because I got to get up at like 3 to go to work. But maybe Brian will be there. I'm not sure. She might have a co-host or so, but definitely show in again 9 o'clock tonight on all of the Niner Faithful Radio forums, social medias. You guys know, except for the Instagram because we can't figure out how to go live on that one with everything else. And then Tuesday, me and TJ will be live. We'll have the whole game to go over, and we'll give a little bit of a short preview going towards the Broncos for next weekend. They're setting into a groove, man. This man has a point. Maybe not Philly, though. Go to the AFC team. But all right, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Like I said, Jamie will be on at 9 o'clock this evening. Bang, bang, Niner gangs. Let's beat them Hawks.